Starting off from the Federal Capital Territory, where President Bola Tinubu is set to depart Abuja on Thursday, which is today, for a two-nation trip to Japan and Brazil, with a brief stopover in Dubai. His first stop is Japan, where he will attend the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development from August 20 to 22. This summit will focus on private investment, innovation and sustainable development in Africa. From there, the president will head to Brazil for a two-day state visit to strengthen bilateral ties and explore new investment opportunities. He is expected to hold high-level talks with Brazilian President Lula da Silva and lead a delegation to a business forum with potential investors. Now to security updates. Amnesty International is accusing Nigerian police, ironically, the military regional outfit Ebube Agu and armed non-state actors of widespread human rights violations in the southeast. The rights groups say that more than 1,800 people were killed between January 2021 and June 2023, citing unlawful killings, torture, and forced disappearances and arbitrary arrests. Now, Amnesty links the escalation of violence to the crackdown on pro-Biafra protests since 2015, which it says left communities vulnerable to attacks by unknown gunmen, cult groups, as well as paramilitary forces. Now, the report also accuses Ebube Agu of intimidating critics and committing abuses, with victims often denied justice. Amnesty is now urging authorities to investigate and hold all perpetrators accountable to restore security and human rights in that region. For a country that talks a lot about human trafficking, we sure have a lot of these cases in our hands. Police in Enugu State have arrested a 30-year-old man for allegedly attempting to traffic two teenage girls to Ghana. Now, the suspect, Raymond Warner, was intercepted on the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway while traveling with the 18 and 16-year-old victims from Cross River State. Investigators say that he lured them with false promises of restaurant jobs and tried to sexually assault them at a hotel before their departure. The girls have finally been reunited with their families while police continue tracking other members of the trafficking ring. The fight for justice in the case of defilement survivor Victory Tisa takes center stage as an assault trial against her family opens at the Adagun Magistrate Court in Ajegunle, Lagos. Now, Victory's mother, Juliet Addy, her son, Michael, and her brother, Bright, are accused of assaulting the man who allegedly defiled her in 2021 when she was just 12 years old. The family insists that they are being targeted for seeking justice, while the alleged perpetrator, Blessed Azonuche, remains a central figure in the proceedings. Now, News Central's Sarah Ayeku is at the court, and she joins me live to discuss this development. Sarah, what's the latest from these proceedings?
It has been a long-running battle, legal battle for Victory Tisa, for a family as well. I'm talking about our mother, our brother, and of course our uncle. And they have been in court, not for the rape case, now the alleged rape case, which was the initial incident, but for an assault case. And they're here at the Adagun Magistrate Court just to seek justice for themselves and of course for Victory Tisa. For now, where the case stands now is that the defense counsel, which was supposed to open defense for the family, that's for Victory's mother, Victory's brother, and of course Victory's uncle, the defense counsel, that's Victory's mother, had asked that a lawyer be changed, and so they just did that today. And the new lawyer has just been presented to the magistrate, and the case has now been adjourned till the 14th of October. Now, this was a case that happened, the assault case now happened back in 2023. The alleged rape case happened in 2021. But the major problem now is the implication of this long legal battle on the family. And I just want to quickly bring on Victory's mother just to tell you really how she feels going through this long battle, having to come to court over and over again, and then having to plead a case in front of the magistrate. The magistrate who also sent her to prison without even seeing the alleged suspects at the time. That's in 2023. Just tell us really how you feel coming to court almost every other month.
I feel very bad. And I think this As we're coming to the court every time, the pains and the rest, and the thing is giving us, not even only me and my family, the thing is giving us headache. I don't even know if I won't even say my daughter herself, the thing is even giving her, she is making her to be traumatized.
Because she feels, why did she speak up in the first case, right?
Yes, it looks as if for her to open up, like nobody can fight for her. Just look as if there is no justice in the country, that she cannot get justice for what happened to her when she was 12. So since then, I think we have been coming to this court.
So where are you now with this case?
Presently, I don't even know where we are, because initially it was a defilement. My daughter was a 24 years old, is it boy or man, that defiled my 12 years old daughter. She opened up after arresting the guy. I don't know what happened. The guy now came to my mother's place to fight my younger ones. After then, we've been arrested without even knowing without even knowing the person that fought. They arrested me, my younger brother, my son, the three of us. After the arrest, they took us to court. Before you know, they took us to Kirikiri.
But now you've been released on bail. So where are you now with the case? You have a new lawyer standing for you now.
Exactly. The first lawyer that we got, I think he said he cannot stand it, because if he continues the case, to look as if he's behind us. So he doesn't want to look bad at the magistrate's face. So we have to change that one. Okay, we now took another lawyer again. The same lawyer that we took is still working for the same court. And that one also said he cannot write a letter for DPP to come to take over. How can my lawyer cannot stand for me? How can my lawyer be against me? I don't get it.
So now you have a new lawyer standing for you.
Yes.
And hopefully you'll be able to get justice with this new lawyer. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. And so what we're seeing now is that she feels a bit frustrated, not just for her, for her family, that's a brother and also a son. And so that's where the case stands now. News Central has been tracking this. They've done an investigation on it before now. And that's why we're still at the court, ensuring that justice, is served for whoever is the perpetrator in this case.
That is the update on the Victory case, a young lady who was assaulted by another young man, who now in turn has made a reverse and says that the family is now assaulting him. Definitely News Central will keep you abreast of the situation. Now, a new welfare initiative for Nigeria's tertiary institution staff has been officially launched in Abuja. The Tertiary Institution Staff Support Fund will provide interest-free loans for both academic and non-academic staff, with repayment plans spread over 5 years. The program aims to support staff professional development and overall welfare. Our correspondent, Sumaya Bakar, is currently at the launch to give us more updates on this. Sumaya, can you walk us through how the fund will be disbursed and who exactly is qualified to receive these funds?
According to the Minister of Course and everything that was placed on a projector to explain to us about how this loan will go about, they say that it's going to be fully, operational. That's we were talking about something that has to do with technology. It is not manual, so that gives room for fairness and monitoring and making sure that everybody is able to get there, and of course with transparency. So one thing that they pointed out of the importance, of course, of this loan, saying that it is supposed to be interest free. Minister emphasized nobody should fall victim to any scam. They said it should be used for academic advancements, medical expenses, family support, accommodation, transportation, and then small scale agri-business initiatives. And of course, it comes with a 1 year moratorium, which is something that you don't get to pay for after for a year. Then afterwards, you get to give you pay within 5 years. Also, they said that it's going to be for up to 10 million naira, but it would be according to your salary, according to how much you pay. And then in terms of paying back, it should be about 30% or less than, according to your salary as well. That's how you're going to pay this. And of course, they said so far they've projected that already this website or this website has been open already midnight. And so far, they have about 2,474 that's academic and non-academic staff. They are pointing out that these people are qualified for it, academic and non-academic, as long as they are part of any academic or educational body, talking about SANU or ETC. So that would give you the space, makes you eligible for you to join and collect this loan. It says also that about 691 people have completed so far before even the launch of this initiative, that 691 people have already completed fully applications, and then the disbursement will be in few days. This is according to the Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, pointing out also that schools that have signed for it so far, we have about 105 schools and about 15 bureau, 15 bursars from every university also have applied for all of this. So with everything that is being portrayed here, it has already started, and the disbursement of this money would be in few days. No particular date has been given, but few days according to the minister.
Sumaya, we understand that ASU has currently rejected this loan, and then they're saying that their salary arrears should be paid instead. What is the response to that?
Indeed, talking about that, there was a representative from the non-academic staff who came to the podium and spoke about that. Now, one thing that I would emphasize on Blessings is that while ASU portrayed the fact that they did not need this scholarship, here in this event at the TED Fund headquarters in Abuja, there was massive support for this initiative. Everybody came out. We had a provost, vice chancellors, rectors coming out to applaud this initiative, and everyone was saying we want it and we need it. But then this representative of the non-academic staff pointed out that as much as they welcome this loan and they're with the Ministry of Education for this initiative, they also need a look at their arrears, their salaries. He brought up the situation of 2009 agreement that was made with the federal government and also the body. And they pointed out that they really need to revisit that situation. They need their salaries and also their arrears and even allowances, saying that as much as they appreciate this loan, he hopes that this staff will be able to pay off this loan. So what he was pushing for is the minister to look into improving salaries, increasing salaries and making sure that these areas are paid. So that is the concern. But then contrary to what was put out there about them not needing it, and we saw massive support of this initiative in this fall today.
Sumaya, thank you so much for the updates, and definitely we'll see how this turns out. It's still the 12 report. We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, we've got more stories. Do stay with us. You're still live with us on the 12 report. And quick question, should we be expecting a drop in price of premium motor spirit? Well, the Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced a reduction in the price of premium motor spirit, dropping from 850 naira per litre to 820 naira per litre. That's quite impactful. The new pricing, revealed 2 days ago, is expected to have taken effect from the 12th of August, 2025. And on the ground in Lagos, business correspondent Chamunda Beng has been going around these stations to find out if the price drop has actually reflected. Chamunda Beng, what have you been able to gather so far? Is it true that the prices have dropped?
Well, there is some level of compliance from fueling stations down here in Lagos. The fueling station that we're currently standing in front of has had a price drop in comparison to last week. They dropped the prices from about 915 naira per litre to 895 naira per litre. So yes, there has been some price drops in other fueling stations, but are they as good as the prices that Dangote is giving at the moment? Not so much.
Reacting to this update.
Pardon?
How are the people reacting to this update?
There isn't so much of a reaction per se because, of course, the price drop is not so significant that it will actually impact the cost of transportation and therefore reducing prices of goods and services within the country. So, of course, they're more like, oh, okay, it's nice, we can save a few naira now, but it's not all uhuru out here in these streets.
All right, Chairman Debeng, thank you for the updates, and definitely we'll see how this turns out in the coming days. The House of Representatives has launched a probe into the 1.06 trillion NG Cares social intervention program, questioning why its impact hasn't been felt by vulnerable Nigerians. Our chairman of the committee, Abubakar Kusada, said that despite full funding from the federal government, many communities still lack access to the promised palliatives and support. Lawmakers are now investigating possible embezzlement, misappropriation, or diversion of funds meant to ease economic hardship. Kusada warned that states found to have mismanaged or inflated contracts will be publicly named and held accountable. He also added that if procurement rules were broken, anti-graft agencies will be called in to take action.
The program has been on in the last 10 years, but there is no committee oversighting them. There is no individual or organization that is charged with the responsibility of looking after what the program or what the program coordinating office is doing. Until the National Assembly now that they created this committee and they gave us the mandate to oversight this program. And having takes this responsibility, we collected data from the program coordinating office here in Abuja, and so far we realized that every state in Nigeria, including FCT Abuja, they collected billions of naira under this program.
And now the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRC, has intensified its nationwide crackdown on vehicles overloading passengers and goods to enhance public safety. News Central correspondent was at the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway where a joint enforcement took place and filed this report.
This is opaque corridor along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway as the enforcement team of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRC, cracks down on defaulting vehicles. This silver Mazda, laden with bags of rice, is the first violator to be caught in the crackdown on overloading, which began weeks ago. A few minutes into the enforcement, the empty corridors was jam-packed with vehicles impounded for violations, with drivers and passengers caught in the web.
I don't know, say if you don't overload them, then they can't face it. I don't know. I can't enter motor. I see they don't overload now. I know if you talk, near the passenger. I know if you talk.
Overload. Actually, motor iti mo assist just get a born. So I shall assist any, but you not doubt of blood there, me not parking. So I say one will leave long here. Then be me pay let issue. The come logi I want to look for 2 cartons to while you motor.
Officials used the opportunity to roll out approved loading specifications.
We have overloading, for instance, buses that are meant to carry 12 people. You discover they carry up to 18. You see people sitting on top of vehicles carrying animals. Even motorcycle is designed to carry 2 people. That is the rider and 1 person at the back. Korope is supposed to carry 8 people. That is 3 at the back, then the middle row 3, then 2, the driver and 1 other passenger. That is 8.
Most of these commuters, they observe that after 6, law enforcement officers will have left the road. So we re-strategize. That's why we sought the intervention with the Commissioner of Police, who obliged us with his men, and we did a joint operations. I want to tell members of the public to shun even entering any vehicle that is overloaded, because this will be the consequence.
Several vehicles alongside passengers were conveyed to the core headquarters. Authorities speak on the consequences.
Everybody will leave this premise and find their way to their various abodes. That's the truth. The vehicles and the goods are under our custody, under serious monitoring. We'll check it, we'll ensure they are safe until tomorrow morning when they will be able to download it and pay the prescribed fine. Some of them will take to court.
Most of us here are not based in Lagos. Most of us are traveling out of the state right now. So what do? We don't have, and in fact, I don't have any money with me.
While some deliberate a way forward, others are left in frustration with their goods still grounded. In Lagos, for News Central, Igbalani Omani.
Well, that was Neomani's report on vehicle overloading in Lagos. Now, after years of inactivity, train services have resumed in Plateau State, thanks to a partnership between the Nigeria Railway Corporation and the state government. News Central's Chizoba Anyowe was at the Just Terminal and now brings us the report.
Many years of silence on Plateau's railway tracks have ended as train services resume in Jos. The Nigeria Railway Corporation attributes the revival to a collaborative effort with the administration of Governor Caleb Mutfwang, who prioritized transportation reform.
We want to appreciate the Plateau State government. It's the state government that has interest of the masses at heart, and they think that bringing railway back into the state will aid in reducing the transport costs in the state. So they decided to come and partner with the Nigeria Railway Corporation to bring the railway back on track, to be conveying passengers from Jos to Buku.
While the return follows an extended test run phase, the corporation says security and sustainability are top priorities moving forward.
In Nigeria Railway Corporation, we have everything. Even we have a security of our own, a police, but they are mainly working under Railway Corporation. And their job is to secure the environment and the passengers and also the train. So whenever you are traveling with us, you see a security or police people or civil defense, other security personnel in the train. All their work is to safeguard the train and the movement of our train. And ever since we've started, we have not experienced any security challenge.
Passengers already taking advantage of the services say it offers a more affordable and convenient travel option in the face of economic challenges.
You pay 900 or 800 naira. But if you are following the train, it's only 200 naira regular, then VIP 300 naira. It's okay.
I want to enjoy this gesture that the government have given unto us. Seriously, we are happy with the development.
I'm a student, so I know how impactful this has been. I wish this can be just forever.
I feel very excited because when I took a train last when I was a kid from Kaduna to Ibadan with my mother, but having this with my children, I think it's great fun for me.
I believe this one is very cheap. You have first class, they have second class. I think the first class is 300, which is affordable and good. So I believe this service is good.
Now with 200 naira and 300 naira for these regular and VIP passengers, they hope that these services will not end anytime soon. In Plateau State for News Central, Chizoba Anyowe.
You're still live with us on the 12 reports. We'll go on a short break now. When we come back, we'll take a look at how Nigerian youths are transforming the tech landscape. And Aisha Saliu is on standby to give us the details of that story. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us on the 12 reports. Now, Nigerian youths are transforming the tech landscape with remarkable creativity and energy. Now, across the country, tech hubs are buzzing with innovations from educational apps as well as fintech solutions to health tech, shaping the nation's future. As technology connects the world into a global village, collaboration between countries is becoming more and more essential. multilateral partnerships are now driving development and creating opportunities for all. Our correspondent, Aisha Saliu, is on standby now at one of the leading tech hubs in Nigeria. Aisha Saliu, thanks for joining us. What are some of the innovations that are emerging from Nigeria's tech hubs in recent time?
Thank you so much, Blessings. You'll agree with me that Nigerian youth, they are now we're looking at the tech ecosystem where there is a surge in innovation of, the tech world, technology, and driven by a new generation of entrepreneurs. And regarding creativity and these innovations that we're talking about, you'd see it in the areas of fintech and digital platforms, and also in the areas, with the advent of artificial intelligence, we all know the relevance of artificial intelligence and how it's advancing lives in Nigeria. It is also in the area of, advancement in health. There is also technological advancement in the area of health. All of these are geared towards, promoting the country, promoting the livelihoods, and also Nigeria to be at par with the rest of the world. Even in the areas of renewable energy and rural electrification, developing tech solutions for solar power, among others. All of this just to, make life easy for Nigerians in the country. And then there is also the issue where the minister mentioned earlier this year, Nigeria's Honorable Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Geoffrey Naji, where he said Nigeria is leveraging global occurrence, to seek partnerships, and I quote, where necessary to boost the chances of the ministries operating at the same frequency, thereby positioning Nigeria higher than it would ordinarily be, with the rest of the world.
Let's talk about partnerships. How would you say that multilateral partnerships are helping these young innovations expand their reach as well as their impact?
Blessings, you know that nobody is an island of knowledge, and it's only through global partnerships. I mean, say, for example, countries within the European Union, countries under the United Nations. These are the only way where even the young entrepreneurs, young technological innovators in Nigeria can look forward to partnering and learning from how much these other countries have advanced, and also replicating what they have learned in the areas of technology, so that, Nigeria forms part of the global village in this tech ecosystem.
Thank you so much for the update. Now, some political parties in the August 30th local government elections in Rivers State have begun campaigning in line with the guidelines issued by the State Independent Electoral Commission. Campaigns kicked off this week despite calls to cancel the election by stakeholders in the state. Meanwhile, while a faction of the APC have raised an alarm that the Rivers State Electoral Commission is allegedly attempting to subvert its right, another faction of the same APC is kicking off campaigns today as we speak. We have our correspondent on the ground, Biola Festus, who's ready to give us more updates. Biola Festus, what is happening?
Good afternoon, Blessings. Thank you. We are at the venue of the campaign of one of the political parties in Lagos State. Yesterday, one of them had their campaign where they presented just 3 local government candidates for the people to see on the stage there while they had the campaign. Now we are here at the APC campaign, I must say. Now, there was a new development as of yesterday, 12 noon. A faction of the APC came up to say, look, we conducted our primaries through consensus, and we forwarded the names of the candidates that emerged to the reset. The reset was yet to acknowledge their candidates. Now, I personally interviewed the commissioner in charge of political party monitoring and reset when parties began to submit interest forms to participate in their political party primaries. Now, the commissioner, as I then told me that out of the parties that indicated interest, that only 3 were left to come back with a list of candidates. And I asked the parties. He told me Labour Party was one of them and two other parties. Then I asked him why these parties, why are they not yet on your list? He said the parties have they have internal issues in the sense that they had factions. Two factions came to them laying claim on leadership of the party. Then I told him that we know that APC and PDP in River State are also having same internal issues of factionalization. And he said to me that it is only one faction that has come to them to indicate interest for the conduct of the election. That for APC, just not at all, which is led by Kenya, had come to him to indicate interest in the election. He said, until another faction comes up to say, look, we are the ones that is supposed to conduct this election, then things may change. Now, yesterday, things actually changed. When they later became like faction of the APC came forth to say, we had our primaries and we have submitted names of candidates to RISEC, but RISEC is not willing to respond to us or even give us the opportunity, the chance to fly our flag or to probably participate. Now, this I may say may be the beginning of the problem that may come forth from this election that is scheduled for August 30th in the state. Right now, we have the APC campaigning, while another person, the same APC, are saying, look, there is trouble in the offering for RISEC. Lesson.
Thank you, Biola Festus, for giving us the update on that. The Federal Medical Center in Umuahia has confirmed the death of 2 passengers of the vehicle involved in a fatal accident on Tuesday in Umuahia, as we mentioned. The bus, fully loaded with goods and 10 passengers, was said to be on its way to the northern part of the country from Abia State when its back tires suddenly gave way. News Central's Chinwe Ugele has the details.
Accidents on the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway by the Abia State axis have become a frequent occurrence. The situations are usually fatal, involving loss of lives. Tragedy struck again on this path in the late evening of Tuesday when a fully loaded Sharon vehicle somersaulted, displacing its contents and occupants of 10 passengers.
I just noticed that the accident that happened right now is because of what's it called? Overload. There was so much load in the car. So much load on the car.
The incident was at Ohia axis of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Road, thanks to passers-by who were on hand to give a helping hand.
Getting there, we saw people on the floor, and people were making videos and all of that. So we thought it wise to stop cars because there was no space in my own car. So we thought it wise to stop cars that could bring them here in FMC.
Because what happened, I am really happy because I was able to help someone. So on our way coming, we saw people running. We now parked our car behind. We now stepped down to go down and see what happened. So on our way there, we met people lying down, no help. So I was even trying to put a handkerchief for one of them, not knowing that we are the one to rescue them.
All 8 passengers were admitted at the Federal Medical Center in Umuahia, where 2 have been confirmed dead, while the medical director of the facility, Professor Zubiko Onyebuchi, raised concerns over the increasing number of accident victims brought in regularly. There is no official comment from the Federal Road Safety Authority to ascertain the causes of periodic accidents on that road.
My staff did their best to help all of them. Unfortunately, we lost 2 of them yesterday, but the other 6 are stable and have been discharged home in good health. Sometimes you have what you refer to as mass casualty, where you have more than 50 people at the same time. Maybe 2 buses collided and all of them we brought to the accident emergency.
However, some officials have linked such disaster to reckless driving and absence of security personnel on the road. In Umuahia for News Central, Chinwe Ugele.
Quite a sad one there. Now, security and economic experts have warned security and paramilitary agencies in the country to work as a single coordinated unit in the war against fraud and insecurity to be able to achieve meaningful gains. Speaking ahead of a national conference and book launch on forensic fraud solutions in Abuja, they say that valuable intelligence is lost when law enforcement, financial regulators, and other stakeholders fail to share information in real time. They are calling on policymakers to strengthen cross-agency cooperation, the private sector to invest in stronger prevention systems, and citizens to stay vigilant, saying that only a united front can defeat the menace of fraud and insecurity.
Agencies work in silos, data is not shared in real time, and valuable intelligence is lost in bureaucratic bottlenecks. But imagine what could happen if our law enforcement bodies, financial regulators, security services, tech experts, academic institutions, and civic organizations work together as one network, sharing information, best practices, and coordinated strategies. We cannot afford to treat fraud and insecurity as someone else's problem. These are national issues that touches every home, every business, every community. Our fight must be informed. It must be united and it must be relentless. I call on the private sector to invest in robust fraud prevention systems. I call on policymakers to strengthen laws and support cross-agency collaboration. I call on the citizens to remain vigilant and informed.
Now, Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has flagged off the construction of a 12.5-kilometer road in Ajaokuta local government area. The Unosi-Odonto-Ogigiri Road is expected to connect 10 wards and boost agricultural access and economic activities in that region. Now, at the ceremony in Adogo, Governor Ododo reaffirmed his administration's commitment to infrastructure development and thanked President Bola Tinubu and development partners for their support. This project is part of a rural access and agricultural marketing project, with officials confirming the engagement of local youths for long-term maintenance. Now, stakeholders describe the project as a long-overdue intervention that would transform rural livelihoods and enhance connectivity across Ajaokuta. Let's delve now into business. Nigeria's inflation is projected to edge down between 22.20% and 22.80% year-on-year in July 2025 from 22.22% in June. Now, analysts attribute the potential slowdown to seasonal harvests, narrow stability, and improved manufacturing efficiency. However, food and transport costs remain stubbornly high, keeping overall price pressures elevated. Fuel prices ranging from 861 to 1,100 naira continue to strain logistics and production. While FX stability since the first quarter has curbed imported inflation, experts warn that structural cost drivers persist. With the monetary policy rate steady at 27.5%, sustained supply-side improvements and currency calm remain key to further easing. We're still talking business. Food prices give you a better picture of what I'm talking about. Now, we currently have 199 universities, and that's less than 99 candidates applied to. In fact, about 34 of these institutions in the last JAM exams has 0 students applying to them. 9 private universities have simultaneously been approved, and I'm talking about Abeokuta, Gombe, Lokoja, Borno, and this is to the tune of around 142 billion naira. Now, these are the concerns and questions that have been raised so far. Number 1, fund misappropriation. Imagine the funding that would have gone into these annually in terms of maintenance, staff welfare, and the likes. And we have so many universities. There's also the angle of political strategy. I mean, one might wonder, could these creations be politically motivated? And then there's time frame. Why only 7 years? If we're talking funds mismanagement and we're talking about the need to manage funds properly and utilize the universities and tertiary institutions we already have, why only 7 years? And most importantly, shouldn't we be overhauling the curriculum to meet global best practices so that at least our graduates can actually compete in the 21st century global market? Because right now, in too many cases, students leave school unable to write a coherent email, unable to pitch for jobs, unable to type adequately. But like they say, baby steps.